Yeah, so I closed the meeting.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Closed the meeting.
So
Just
what
getting
is happening?
just getting over the vid.
Did you catch it again?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I'm good now.
good
I'm good. I'm over it.
old. Usually scotch and some tussin will help that pretty good.
Yeah, I started drinking 6 years ago. So
Oh no,
yeah, so
that's also a whole nother calamity right there. So,
well, depends how you want to view that. But okay.
well, sure.
Personal stuff.
Yep. Hold on. Let me. What is going on, dog? You want out? You want in? All right. I'm just gonna let the door open, and there we go. All right. Now we're back. All right. How is your week of high leveling going?
So I have decided that I'm all in on SaaS for 2025, 2024.
Yeah.
Uh, agency is definitely going to be done. Um, I've been working on putting together a webinar funnel, which is all ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I now what I'm kind of thinking about is now what's the what's the thing what's the focus of it, right? And so it's AI automation is the focus, but you can't you can't put all of HighLevel in front of somebody and expect them to eat that. Um, so I'm trying to tie it into philosophy that I have, and the big three assets for any small business is website, Facebook presence for social media, and GMB. And I could argue GMB is probably the more important thing for them, right?
Yeah.
If you And so what I want to do is show how you could use HighLevel and features of HighLevel in AI to plug up the hole and optimize their GMB profile. I think that's the angle I'm going to take on my webinar.
So
And
with posting and reviews and things like that.
posting reviews, text callback,
Messaging.
messaging, um, using AI with conversation bots. I don't know if you heard that they're going to be releasing soon their own chatbot.
Who?
HighLevel.
Oh, it's already out.
Not when I say a chatbot, I mean a chat widget.
Oh yeah, yeah, like live chat widget. Yeah.
Yeah, live chat widget. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to be really good. Did you notice in the training of their bot is the GMB is no longer one of the channels?
What?
Yeah, GMB is not one of the channels. It
All
got
right,
removed.
just a second here. Now that's the thing. Like, that's why I have my bot, because you can use every channel. I've just got to test this out now. Just a second. I'm going to go to local biz tolerance. There we go, like this. We're going to go to settings. We're going to go to conversation AI. We're going to set this. No, you can. No.
No, it's gone. Take that out. Try to put that in there now.
All right. Oh, man. Now look what you did. So now you can only do Facebook, Instagram, and SMS.
Well, I think
Oh,
I think they probably weren't ready to go full prime time. One of the things I think they need to do here, and I put in a post today on the group, is they need to give us the ability to create a persona here.
well, we don't have. Yeah, that is part of the problem. We don't have any control over the prompt.
Yeah. So
Nice.
I'm hoping that the prompt is something that we get control over. When that happens here,
Mm-hmm.
and they give us the ability to hit a Google sheet for training this thing,
Yep.
we're going to be, I think, in really great shape with this thing. And they're going to be able to do a conversational appointment bot, which I know you're like, we'll just send them a link. I'd rather actually have a conversation and then fill the appointment. So I'll be happy when that happens. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're coming out with a plan where we can buy unlimited messaging on the bot for, I think I heard $49. Kind of like how they have the Yext things put together for us, Yext and WordPress.
Yeah.
We'll be able to buy like an all you could eat per sub account type of thing.
Yeah.
Which I think that will make sense for. The problem with this bot, I think, is that you got to feed it. And let me ask you this. You think you have to feed all of this backup data every time a conversation is started?
You mean all of this?
Yes. So whatever you
Like
train the bot, whatever you have trained this thing.
I don't know where they're storing that data, but it's got to be someplace. And you got to think like somebody's going to have like an entire site with blogs and things like that, and they're going to have it follow all of it. So it's got to get stored someplace, but that can't be in a prompt, because a prompt like GPT-4 and GPT 3.5, they have 16K context models.
But no one's using that.
No, they're not using that. They're not using those.
Yeah, they're using what, 4K like the rest of us?
Maybe. Yeah.
So how the heck are they have to feed this whole thing in every time?
Or there has to be something where it's saying, here's what they're asking. Go ahead and find the relevant information and bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
And I had an idea, like they're saying like, oh, feed it your website. How about this? How about you create a subdomain like info.localbizdominance.com,
mm-hmm.
and then I just create a very, very super plain funnel, and I just dump all of my information formatted for bot, like FAQ, all the questions and answers.
Well, you could do it. I did that with a Google.
You train it on your info subdomain instead of your main domain.
I did it. So what I did is I went into ChatGPT, says, give me the top 25 FAQs for chiropractors.
Mm-hmm.
Took that information, pasted it into a Google Doc.
Yeah.
Made that a public doc.
Yeah.
Took it and threw it in here, and it trained on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Don't train on just your website. Train it on like real information.
Yeah.
What makes, like, you could put in a section, what makes a qualified customer, and put that information in there.
Yeah. So what do you think? I like this because it makes it easy to sell. Once this thing gets totally dialed in, we'll be able to sell this. And the setup, you don't need this third party, thing called Pabbly or Zapier, or go get an API. And I think from a billing point of view, right?
Mm-hmm.
It can get tied to their wallet. That's why I'm really waiting for this to get dialed in.
Right.
Did you see they finally added a slider to that? I thought that was great. What was the other big one I liked today?
Sliders. Let's see. Let me go in here like this, and let's see if we can add what the slider looks like. I didn't mess with the slider.
I did.
I'm not a huge fan of slider images.
I like using them for banner ads.
Yeah. Let's see. Where's the
right
slider?
There. Up there. Up.
What image?
Media.
Slider. Aha. So slide 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice slider.
CTA, open a new tab, height, width. So I can say like the height is 300. Boop. Nice. Advanced. Padding, border style. Nice. You can edit all of the speeds.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I love it. I dig it.
Yep. It's perfect.
It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, I was pretty stoked on it. So where are you going? With your SaaS model, how you plan on acquisition?
So Alok and I are focusing on we're working on the affiliate stuff. So everything that we do is also with an eye on what we can do with affiliate. Because all the snapshots I've built, or all the snapshots we sell, I've built because I needed them and I use them. And then I look at it like, ooh, this is good. This is good enough to sell. So what we're doing is that we're focusing on the review, kind of like what you're talking about, the GMB and the review side of things. So we're going to be, I don't know if you saw the other day, I had a post where I had like posted up some Google review cards.
Mhm.
So found a vendor on Alibaba, and there's a ton of them out there, but we found a really good one that is easy to work with, very inexpensive. So I'm getting basically 500 NFC QR code powered cards. Every one of them is unique, and they all have their own unique little card ID and everything. So we're building out a snapshot with an SOP so that people could buy the cards, and then when they get the cards, they can activate the cards, and then we can direct those cards to their either to their Google reviews, or if we upsell to the review system like Easy Wins or something like that. So that's part of the review system with AI reviews and the whole thing, because there are people out there selling just the cards, but we're selling the cards with a review system.
Okay. So you how much what's the per unit cost on that card?
I got 500 cards for $180 shipped.
And they're printed just like that?
Yep.
Can you share that link?
It's all going to be in the SOP.
Motherfucker, you're gonna go make me go find that thing.
It's coming out. We're test, like we got very limited test right now. It's like myself, Alok, and 2 other people are testing it to make sure it's like fully scalable and viable and everything. I have a Google sheet with unique codes in it. You just punch in your URL. It creates all the URLs for you. You send that to the vendor and say, make these cards. I have the instructions.
Oh, okay.
I have the instructions completely set up so that anybody on Alibaba that speaks Chinese and barely any English will be able to fully understand exactly what we're talking about.
So, all right. So you're actually selling. So part of what you're selling
is going to be part of our SaaS course.
Let me back up.
Yeah.
You're selling a single business owner 500.
No. A single. No, they're going to be able to buy 5 cards and the AI review system.
Okay.
For a monthly fee. And if they want extra cards, like if they need extra cards, we can sell them extra cards.
Okay.
But I got 500 cards that I'm like going to be in a stack. I can chuck 5 of them in an envelope, drop them in the mail, and when I get them, I don't have to code them myself. When they get them, they go, like, they scan the card, they go to a dedicated HighLevel snapshot just for activating, and then they put in all the codes, and then we can activate them.
Got it.
And direct them wherever we want. And I've got it where it pulls up their place ID, writes the review link, the whole bit.
Oh, so what you're doing is you're hard coding a link in there with a redirect.
Yep.
Okay. Smart.
That's a lock right there. He figured that one out.
Yeah, that is smart. So you're basically hard coding a hard link into the
correct
the NFC data.
Yep.
And then what you're doing is
yeah, it's basic. It's a static link, but I can point it anywhere I want it to go.
Okay.
So if I sell them, on,
we're gonna release that. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna release that very soon, man. I mean, we're literally testing. I've already sold a few. So the reason for not putting it out there is like, yeah, I can give it out as a theory and all that, but this time we are making sure it's been tested by us. And the main goal is not how to set it up and all that. Setup and all that is easy. The main goal is to make a system which is scalable, because I'm thinking of selling 500,000 cards in a month or 2. So how can you build a system which is scalable and it's enough leverage that you don't have to do it, just one VA can manage all of that. So that is what we are trying to build. So it's as automated as it can be, as much leveraged as it can be. So that is the system which is in the production. So just patience. It's coming very soon.
Yeah, no, I just, again, the snapshot, let's say, I'm assuming an agency is going to sell this snapshot to a local business like a chiropractor, dentist, wherever it is. That card needs to get coded specifically, but
there are many ways to do it. But again, like I said, if you're hard coding it every single order, that's not scalable.
No, it's not.
So again, that is why I said like scalable and leverage. Those are the two things which we focused on. So how can we make sure that is possible? So that's why we did what we did.
Yeah. So that when we buy the cards, the vendor actually encodes the NFC, and the QR code is ready to go. And then each card has a unique ID, which is part of the URL. So when the business gets it, they're going to have instructions. You print off a piece of paper, chuck them in an envelope. Here's your 5 cards. They can scan the card, and it goes to the website where they can, like, if it's not activated, it will immediately go to the activation page. It redirects to an activation page, and then they put in their information. So if these are blank cards, they put in their information. The Google Places ID looks up their place ID. It puts in the review link, the whole thing. They put in the cards, and then all that gets webhooked into your main location. And you can also send it into a Google Sheet and notify your VA that, hey, so-and-so just registered. Go set these up. Done.
Nice.
That is what he just mentioned is the whole system.
That's it.
Now, there are many ways to do it. You guys can literally take that last 1 minute and build the system out, because it's easy. It's not rocket science. It's the easiest thing ever. The thing which is really good, and I've already tested it. Like I've sold, I think, 15 cards so far. The thing which is good is that something physical which the business owners can see, feel, touch, and more than everything is they can see it in action. That is the difference. So it's really good. I mean, if you keep asking questions, Pat's gonna answer every single thing. But let's just wait. Hold it, Pat. You're gonna give away everything. So there's this. It comes with how to sell this. What is the strategy? Like every single thing, everything. I'm literally working on it.
What's the time frame on ordering cards?
It's about 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks for turnaround. I think they had some kind of holiday over there too. So they messaged me like, you get notifications when I
keep 1 month in mind, like from the point you order to you receive it.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm going to look at when I actually, because on Alibaba.
Yeah, really quick though. We sourced so many vendors, to be honest. I've been doing this. Like it took me 2 weeks to reach out to so many different vendors. Me and Samir, who's also in the group, we both were sourcing vendors like 3-4 weeks ago. I think more. So many people have finally finalized this one person. Because it's sourced through Alibaba, the language is a barrier, clear instructions, and whatever they need to know, and all that stuff. So
I messaged the vendor on the 14th, and today they sent me a message with pictures. They said, here they are. They're going out, and we're going to have a tracking code for you later today. So so from the 14th to now is when it all got done.
Okay.
And it's not, so this is just one piece of NFC, right? I've got all the samples. Pat, I don't know if they've not shipped, just ask for a few samples. I've got a few samples of NFC stickers and epoxy key rings and this and that, like, I don't know, 10 different products. So think of it, and again, talking about scaling, think of it, how many different products you can leverage the same system to, how many different businesses can use this. Like it's NFC is something which me and Pat, we played in 2018 before all this NFC was a thing, right? We were playing with it with our chatbots and ManyChat. At that time, the challenge was people were not that much used to, I mean, the technology was not there. All the phones were not tappable, like, tap and use that. Everything was just, too early at that time. So I guess what helped now is COVID. COVID helped everyone know how to scan a QR code. And the technology is evolved enough. Every single phone has a tap option.
Well, you got to turn it on. You got to turn that on.
Well, that's you Android guys, man. Not for iPhones.
Which is 50%, which is 50% of the market.
Yeah, well, but that's why.
I'd be happy selling.
And you got a QR code as well. So
but that's why there's a QR code as well.
Yeah, and a lot of people actually have it. They do have. There's a ton of people that have it turned on already by default.
Oh, I have it on. I think.
Most likely after after COVID, mostly everyone is in a habit of turning it on. And obviously this, tap to pay options, like, all your cards are stored in the phone now.
Mhm.
So can you do tap and pay without NFC turned on Android? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
But most
majority of the people who have cards stored on the phone should have NFC on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They would never turn it off.
I agree. I agree with you. I
Yeah.
think absolutely agree with you 100% that QR codes are fully adopted now. I think NFC is not. I've gone to young people here around here because I have my digital business card on my own NFC card too, right? And people go like, well, how do I tap it? What's NFC?
Yeah, so you don't have to when I approach people, I just say, hey, first of all, when they pull the phone out, I know if it's an iPhone, you don't need to ask NFC is turned on or not, so it's just going to be on. So I would just tell them like, hey, tap here. I would literally take that phone and tap here. If someone does it one time, they would remember it forever.
Yeah, of course.
The only reason they would ask is they've never done it. So it's just like any new tech. And again, NFC is not new tech. It's like 20 years old. I mean, even more, I guess. It's crazy how people have not used it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just leveraging that. And the main reason for leveraging is it's just a new thing which you can literally give it in the hands of the people to see the value.
Yeah. The idea is
you can sell all the SaaS you want. You can sell all the SaaS you want and all that, but at the end, what you're selling is a username and a password.
Yep.
With SaaS, that's all you're selling. They still have to see the value to start using it and all that. Whereas here, they see something physical, tangible in their hands. That is the difference.
All right. Wait to see it.
It's coming.
Hey, Charles.
What's going on, Mr. Charles?
What's going on?
Oh, we're doing standing desk today. All right.
Yeah, sitting here getting some stuff done.
Aha. All right. So what's how many dozens of clients have you onboarded today?
Onboarded a large educational company yesterday. They've got they just went international. They've got over 150 educators worldwide. So they're coming on board. Picked up a new partner because of it. That does WordPress development. So they're coming on as an affiliate. And then today had my first location of a franchise I've been going after, that is in direct mail, and already have 3 more appointments for that same franchise company. So
good grief.
Yeah.
You've been busy.
Yeah.
Nice.
The company today, they do direct mail, a little bit different. So they do direct mail, but it's, they package it. So basically they do 5 businesses to 1 mailing. So what they do is you still get the postcard just like you would, front and back, full color, except that they take 5 of them and put them in a wrapper, and they mail the wrapper. So it
like
ends
a
up
mini Valpak.
kind of, yeah. So what it ends up doing is saving the advertisers on postage.
Yeah.
So it dramatic, and that's one of the biggest costs associated with doing mailers, is actual postage. I mean, it's just gotten crazy.
Yeah.
So it's a really cool concept. He asked me, he's like, what do you think? I was like, well, I said, I wouldn't mind it. I said, because people are either going to read that stuff or going to throw it away, one or the other. It doesn't matter if it's in a pack or not. If they're that type of person that cares about mailers, they're going to open the pack and see what all is in there, especially in the middle, the one they can't see. But on, and the ones that would throw it away are going to throw it away anyway. So what difference does it make? Save a little cost. But yeah, and they only do certain, they have their own database. So they don't pull off of, they pull off of national databases, but then they filter it down to homes of value of 750,000 or more.
Woo.
A minimum household, even for a single individual, of $200,000 a year. So it's all high end
stuff.
I mean, yeah, and it's really geared towards like local services, plumbers, electricians, roofing companies that have those higher ticket jobs.
Right.
Typically.
Interesting.
So when they do call, they're pretty well qualified.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
So he wanted to automate his, after meeting follow-ups, conversations, just automate as much as he could. Didn't want to mess with the follow-up or remembering to follow up with someone after a meeting. So
will you be doing agency work with him on that, or are you just going to give him the product and let him figure it?
I don't do agency work.
All right. So
work. What's that?
I know. So is he gonna? How is he gonna build out his workflows and his automations?
It's all in the snapshot. It's already done.
Okay.
Yeah, it's already done. The only thing he has to do is train the chat bot. That's it.
Okay.
Which is pretty simple. So,
what do you think of the new chat bot, the new conversation bot?
Oh, I love it. I think it does a fantastic job. He actually, so my demo, he was running late, so I have it turned on for all channels. And it's been killing it. I'm getting appointments through it. I'm getting things that definitely did not train it on. It's taking great care of. So he messaged me about 45 minutes before the meeting saying he was stuck in traffic. He was going to be about 5-10 minutes late.
Mm-hmm.
And, it messaged back, totally understand, things happen, drive safe travels, just let us know when you're hopping in. That way we can make sure to start the meeting. Is there anything else I can help you with? Didn't try to give him an appointment link or anything like that. Just addressed it. And
okay. So he didn't try to give it an appointment. Like, how much training did you do it on for your agency?
I mean, I can show you if you guys want.
Which bot was this? Is this the native one or the one that tapped it? The native one?
This is a native one.
Oh,
it just went yesterday?
Yeah, they
just went beta for
automatic.
Ha, look at you. Pat's in there chatting with it.
Not yet. I haven't got anything yet.
Oh, you came in through the web chat.
Yeah.
So Charles, did you see that I showed it to Pat that they took GMB off of the available channels?
So mine's still on there now, whether it works or not. Because I've had it turned on from the beginning. So
okay, well, go remove it. See if it's in the drop down. It's not going to be there.
Well, I ain't going to touch it. It's there, right?
Well, it doesn't mean it's going to work.
I know, but if there's an off chance it'll work just because it's sitting there, I'm going to leave it.
I wonder what the story is behind that.
I don't know.
That seems odd that they'd remove that channel, unless there's something with.
It could be something on Google's side.
Yeah, something on Google's side.
There's no telling. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts to that.
Yeah.
Anytime you have that integration, but there was a hint dropped that there is a possibility of LinkedIn opening up their API to messaging, and that HighLevel is.
Oh God! Get ready
watching
for all
very
the
closely.
Oh, here they come! Yeah.
Oh gosh, I can't wait.
Like the doorbusters on like Black Friday at Walmart.
It's gonna be
people selling snapshots.
Yeah, it's gonna be good when that happens. I'm gonna have a lot of people coming on board for sure. So I've got on autopilot all the channels, my calendar, my conversation flow. I just put in a bunch of these, and how I've been explaining it to clients is that it's not going to use every one of these. It's going to take bits and pieces from them and find whatever's in best context for that particular conversation. So these are just things that could lead, they're not qualifiers.
Okay.
It's just as in like, do you make so much money? Or, you know, that's not how you have to think about it. You have to think about it. This is a transition point into basically asking for the appointment. That's basically what you're doing. So I've just got a lot of those, you know, what are you seeking in an AI solution? What do you want to achieve with an AI solution? What are you currently using to manage your business? Would you like to book an appointment? Right now I've got the autopilot mode to 45 seconds. I put some messages out to people that I knew were on the closed beta, trying to figure out the sweet spot.
Charles,
yeah,
really quick, can I see those questions again that you have?
I'll put a screenshot in the chat here in a minute.
Sweet.
So with this, you have to give it time because people will sometimes send short messages in a short amount of time. So this is basically what it's giving it time for. Let them send 2 or 3 messages at once, look at the full conversation, then reply. So if you set it too short, you could cut off the conversation. You could interject into the conversation. If you set it too long, it could just be too long and it feel like laborious. But you have to really think about this, because if it's too fast, it feels like a bot. If it's too slow, it feels like a bad bot.
Yep.
So I've been playing with 45 seconds so far. That seems to be pretty good. I mean, it sounds like a long time, but when you think about texting someone, when you expect a response, 45 seconds, pretty reasonable. I mean, that's still pretty fast for texting. So I have it
Most
set
people
to
are doing a lot of different things on their phone at the same time.
Correct. Yeah. So you can kind of play around with it. I've heard anywhere from 20 to 45 seconds is somewhere in that sweet spot, but you may have to kind of adjust it as you go. I've got my maximum messages set to 20. So after 20, it'll stop marking the conversation as read, and that way I can jump in. On the training side, I've got a bunch of the lead connector help docs in here. So the gray label help docs from HighLevel. I've got my website in here. I've got 19 pages of URLs in here.
So let me ask
it's
you
just
this.
a lot of information. I've got, some of my CRM training in here as well that goes over features, benefits. And then that's about it. And I've got some blog articles in here as well. I picked certain ones. I didn't pick every one because like some that talk about social media, I didn't want them in there because I don't do social media. So I was selective in the blog post because I didn't want to get outside the scope of what I offer and the bot think that I offer something that I don't. And then Q&As, I've got several in here that I pulled from Chatbase because I ran Chatbase just playing around with it and kind of seeing what kind of questions people would ask. And so I took some of the Q&A training that I'd done in it and just put it in here. So stuff off my Google My Business, off my website that I had as FAQs. So.
Have any of you guys worked on building a workflow or an automation that, like a text callback, where based on an if statement, if they weren't ready to book an appointment or anything like that, move them into conversation, into an automated conversation?
Say that again.
Okay, so you go and you build a workflow that's for text back, right? Missed call text back. And let's say someone calls in, and what I like to do in my mixed call text back is I like to have a different one for different open hours or one for closed. And let's say that after your initial part of your automation, you determine that maybe this should continue on with trying to book an appointment with AI. do you see, has anyone built anything around that yet?
Then you could have like the initial message that goes out and says, "Sorry, we missed your call. How can we help?"
Yeah.
And when they respond back,
let the AI take over.
Let the AI just handle it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even know that yeah, I would just send the first message because that's the whole point of having the conversation AI.
All right. So far as missed call text backs, you're going to plan on cutting back on those automations or making them available because you feel that the AI is going to take over and be able to do a better job of that?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, so I'll give you an example. This is how, I mean, and like I've had questions, and I think why I didn't pick up for you is because you went into a workflow, Pat. And that's part of this. So like while it's in this beta, like we're still kind of learning what's going to kill it, what's going to make it not activate. So like Pat went in through the web chat, but I had a web chat workflow.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the chatbot saw that he went into a workflow, and that's why it didn't engage, because it's not engaged at all in his conversation.
It just dead ended.
Yep. So that means, so I went in and I turned off the automation. So if you want to try it again, Pat, we can
I'll see
check on that, because I'm kind of curious as okay. But if I go in, let's see, I'm trying to think of a conversation. There was one that I had.
I just want to say that the bot I don't like calling it a bot. A lot of my clients and even teammates call it the bot, but I'm always saying, please do not call this thing a bot. Anyways, but I want to just say that the one that Pat built is the best, and people say nothing but good things about it. So,
I appreciate it.
I don't know why. If you're trying to use the AI inside
I think this is definitely going to take over. I mean, Charles has been using it, so it's what I built was built before they came out with this. So we'll see how well it starts acting. So we'll see if it responds. It hasn't responded yet, Charles. I think
I'm not sure. I think having that workflow may have goofed it.
So that would be something that they need to put out, is like, here's a guide for like, if you want to use the conversation AI for these channels, you basically can't have other workflows out and running and that sort of thing.
You can't have auto responders and stuff going. I think if you're running it's one or the other, which makes sense. I mean, if you're running the AI conversation bot on that channel, why do you need an auto responder? It's going to respond.
Right. But then what do you do about appointment reminders and things like that?
Well, so that's the thing. It does kick in on that. So just like the guy had received today. So let's do outbound SMS.
Oh, you said that he said that he was going to be late and responded back.
Yeah. So here it is.
Which is awesome.
So it says,
I saw just
a friendly reminder. We have a demo call scheduled for today. So that was the appointment reminder. That was at 12:01. He ended up texting back at 3:31. I'm stuck in a massive traffic jam and looked to be about 15 minutes late. No problem, Len. Thanks for letting us know about the delay. Traffic can be unpredictable at times. We understand that these things happen. In the meantime, if you have any questions or if there's anything. So it went kind of long. And so I ended up adjusting this to take out this middle.
With, hello, how can I assist you today?
It did. So I, and it's part of training.
Yeah, sure.
I hit the thumbs down.
Yeah, sure.
I took that off, took the middle paragraph off, because that's just way too much. Nobody texts that much.
Nobody.
And that's one of the biggest challenges with conversation bots is they can tend to get long-winded.
Yeah.
And most people don't.
I put in my prompt that it's got to be an SMS and try to keep as close to 160 characters as possible.
Yeah. I'm going to try that. Where did you put that in the instructions? Like at the end,
like
the instructions?
I've been modifying stuff. I've been using ChatGPT 4 to analyze the prompt and give me something as simple as possible.
Short as possible.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Like when I'm filling in the custom values for like on the FAQs and the qualifying questions, that's exactly what I do. I feed it to it and then I ask them to shorten it without losing any meaning. And then just go back through it. That's pretty good.
Does the HighLevel bot have a kill switch on it?
Yes, it does.
Through a tag or?
No, through the interactive.
Yeah, you can tell to sleep. Like
It'll sleep for 2 hours. You can put it to sleep for 2 hours. So that way, if you walk away, if they happen to message back, 2 hours later after that conversation is long done, it'll pick back up. And I think you can, I can't remember, but I think you can manually turn it back on to like not have to wait the 2 hours. But I haven't turned it off, so I couldn't. Trying to find this freaking conversation, because it was a support question more so than anything else.
And then he answered it?
It did, and it did a hell of a job at it. Better than I could have explained it. Tell you that much.
Wow.
I'm going to try again, Charles, and see if I can get something else popping in.
Okay. I was going to say, before you do that,
too late.
I was going to delete you out.
Oh, okay.
Man, I can't believe I can't find this conversation.
Yeah, I think it's got me basically in there. So,
and it may not work on the web chat. I don't think they've
since
said
it's coming
for
into
sure.
the web chat channel, but
yeah.
I just started a brand new conversation. Just like I deleted the chat and started just a direct text. So, yeah, I'll have to try it.
Trying to counsel and clarity. Oh, wait a
minute. Juan, what you got? What you been doing with the HighLevel?
A few things. I actually have a couple questions. That's why I came on.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought this was like a thing to.
This is office hours, man. Well, this is normally like the Charles Higgins display hour.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I've seen some of the times. He's like, yeah,
Charles show and tell.
And I love his model where it's just like, hey, I'm just gonna come here and serve, like make sure, like help everybody I can, and then it's like, yeah, I'm gonna onboard 30 of you today. I love it. I love it. It's the best. It's the best model I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a couple things. So the first thing I'm going to ask, since we're talking about the AI really quick, I just wanted to ask. So a client was asking me. So I have the bot that you built where where you know how it works. So I'll just kind of keep it like that. You know how it works. So they have their question was, so they're running, I don't know if it's an ad or just in general, but basically what they want to do and and I think the answer is yes, but they're saying like, hey, if somebody responds to my ManyChat, and then basically it's like, hey, first name, thank you for commenting on our post. So it's being compliant, like, hey, would you like to receive the additional content from us via Messenger? Click the options below or type reply to start or visit our website.
Are they using like a JSON ad where they can click a button, or how are they getting into
I don't know. I'm not sure, but it's like start the conversation and then it says like, thanks, we'll reply shortly.
Oh,
so
okay. So they're
getting into the message.
First thing I would do is I would definitely consult with them to use a JSON ad instead of like the base Facebook stuff, because the base Facebook stuff converts like it converts like shit. So the base Facebook bot ads convert horrible. So what you need to do, I'll show you. Yeah, let me show you. Let me pull up an ad so we can see just what. Let me see, just a second.
And he's trying to find out, like, basically, will the AI will it respond? And I was telling him, like, as long as it gets to the page, it's going to respond. Well, I didn't say it yet because I wasn't sure, but I'm pretty sure because he already asked that question in another way, basically.
Yeah.
And that's what my response was. Like, if it gets to the page, it's going to respond.
So let me see just a second. I got to do.
I remember how I just haven't done it in a while, but I know that there's a way where it's like you set up the JSON and you put a specific word within the JSON so that it's like they say that keyword, which activates a specific thing, correct?
Well, basically, like, so I'll show you like how it looks in ManyChat. Just a second, let me pull up ManyChat. And let's see here. Let's see. Let's see. This. Okay, automation. Just a second. Oh my God. JSON widgets. All right. So basically what you do, the first thing you do is in ManyChat, you come over here and you create a flow for like, see, like, hey, my name's Robin. Let's qualify you for your allowance card. Just like a Medicare ad. So are you over 64? Yes, no. And then we go, then basically when they click on those buttons, it does stuff, right? And then I've got some special stuff in here I'm not going to share with anybody that handles like when somebody just types an answer instead of clicking the buttons, we can still get them into the system and stuff like that. But this is basically that, like, you created like a trigger, you create this as a JSON growth tool, and you copy all of this, and then you come in here like this with and you basically say like the messaging template you want to create as a as a JSON. So you basically would say like create a new one. Let's see, is it automated chat? Let me see, just a second. Advanced. They've edited a lot of.
It's been a while. That's what I'm saying. I used to do this when we used
to
run when we used to run the birthday campaigns into the ManyChat. I haven't used ManyChat in forever.
Yeah.
I used to use the JSON object.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're doing something like this, like, hi, how are you doing? Just let us know, or asking questions like this with an FAQ or something like that.
But basically they just have to basically go the JSON route is what it comes down to, right?
Yeah. And let me see if we've got, this is text. And so they could have a button here. So they have like an FAQ here where they can click these buttons. But I'm trying to think where the stupid JSON is now. This is ridiculous. It's the partner app. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So you can like go to the JSON flow.
Oh, so wait. Oh,
so
the
then you can
app.
enter the JSON code. So there you go.
So where was that? Let me see that again.
So when you
do messaging template,
you say use a partner app, select a flow, and you say enter the JSON code. That's where you paste it like that. Oh, I did it wrong. So I got to come over here like this. Say copy to the clipboard. You go like this, actually the whole thing like that. And see, now it does that and it gives you the buttons, and then you can preview it and run it that way. So I'm going to leave this and discard all my drafts before I blow up ads. But basically that's how you do the JSON ads. And so then once they actually come in and respond, you could actually tag them in Messenger to not respond anymore. And then like basically tag them in Messenger, and then it takes over in HighLevel.
Okay.
And then that way the bot would be able to like, here's what they said. And then the chat bot could take over and manage the entire conversation from there.
Okay.
Charles is dropping bombs.
Yeah. So tag them in Messenger to shut it so that basically JSON. Okay. So that the GHL takes over. Okay. All right. Do you mind if I ask you a couple more? Actually, I'm not going to say that. So there was I'm sorry, I'm just going over my things here. Actually, this is the thing that I've been kind of running into, and this is actually really strange to me. If if a client is coming to you with a business number, right, and you make them aware of all of the amazing things that a smart number can do for them, right? But they just, for some reason, they just want to keep their business number, right? So in that instance, like when how do you go about, I guess, just fulfilling on the client in the way so basically all you're doing is just giving them the text notifications and then forwarding everything else to their phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I was just making sure, because that was the quickest thing that came to my mind as far as how to solve that problem. And I just figured, like, I don't know, I figured I would ask because I wasn't sure. And there's no help in the HighLevel docs. And even all right. So, and then when it comes to like a smart number, like inside of the client's account, right? If they have a smart number, but they have multiple team members, so if a call comes in, you're going to have the smart number just forward to the primary.
Well, now they got it where you can ring through to multiple people at the same time.
What? Where?
They just launched that.
So, okay. I guess I'll just have to look that up.
Yep.
Because I was searching for that. You said so. Okay.
Up to 10 numbers you could call.
Where is that at? Does anybody know? Because I was literally searching for this today. I was already in the docs looking for the answers to these things. So where?
Don't look in the docs. There's a big green megaphone at the top of your HighLevel.
All right, I'll just find
the change log.
The change log. Oh yeah, I'm never in.
Oh, you need to be in that all the time.
which brings me to something I want to talk to you about, Charles, and that is
log.
How well you are keeping your own personal change log for your clients. How are you doing that?
Copy and paste.
You doing it, or you have a VA working that?
I just do it because I'm in there already.
Yeah.
So I just do it. Yeah.
And you're doing that as a blog?
No, I'm doing it as a change log. So I have my own change log that I have in my HighLevel white label.
Yeah. Okay. Is that a bolt-on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. There's the link to my actual change log. I got a couple that I haven't put in there from today. But yeah, so where we have a green megaphone, I have a blue megaphone that sits to the right of their profile picture. So on their dashboard, when they're looking at it, I have a blue megaphone. Here, I'll show you. So like there's our change log.
Mm-hmm.
There's mine.
We'll give it up, Charles. Where do we get this?
Headway.app.
Copy and paste it.
Headwayapp.co.
Okay.
Oh.
Yep. And they have a free one.
Oh, but still.
So if you don't care about if you don't care that it says Headway on it, you can use the free one.
Very nice.
Yep. Great. So pretty straightforward.
Are you using Extendly to do your onboarding?
For sure.
So you found it's worth the $99 or $149 price for onboarding?
Everything starts with onboarding. Anybody that tells you otherwise is crazy.
I agree with you.
It sets the tone.
They're doing like 2 or 3 different appointments with them too.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, it sets the tone. I mean, and honestly, you can't be focused on fulfillment.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't. Because if you're fulfilling, then you're not selling, you're not making new contacts, you're not building your business, you're just working in your business. That's it. You're an employee at that point. If you're stuck fulfilling all day, you're an employee. You're not a business owner. So yeah, that was one of the first things. Yeah, I mean, and listen, I had a conversation with a new HighLeveler today. And I told him, I said, if there's anything that you outsource immediately, if you can only afford to do one thing, outsource your onboarding, whether it's Extendly, HL Pro Tools, whatever. That is the number one thing.
What was the second one?
There's a handful of companies out there.
They're doing it.
Extendly does it. HL Pro Tools does it. Level 9 will do onboardings. If you sign up for their VA pods, they'll do onboardings for you. Or if you hire a dedicated VA through them, they'll do onboardings for you. FuseMate will do onboardings. I mean, there's a bunch of them out there that will do. What's the company and what's the guy in Australia that does it?
Growth label.
Yeah.
GoHighLevel. Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan
Growthable.
Growthable.
Just curious, when you say onboarding, is it just like integrating all their accounts and showing them where to click on what and if they need to do something? Is that all it is, or there's a lot more got to in on onboarding?
Well, it depends on your SOP. So every agency is going to be different. And each of these onboarding services, they do somewhat cater it to your SOP. The only place it gets sticky is external services. So like if you're having to do like Pabbly or Zapier stuff to get stuff to work, they're not going to do that. None of them are, because they don't want to take the risk in breaking it. Even if you have a very clear SOP, they will not touch that with a 10-foot pole. None that I have talked to will do that. And I get it. It's a lot of risk on their part because they didn't build it. They don't know how it's built. Getting into API keys and all this other nonsense. What if they set it up wrong, put in the wrong API key? You end up with this monstrous bill and now you're blaming them. It's just a liability that I've yet to, unless Alec or Pat know of someone that will do it. I don't know of any onboarding companies that will touch third-party stuff.
Yeah, third-party onboardings and all that. No one would do anything external than HighLevel. No one. Yeah. Now you can hire other people. Like I just spoke to someone who charges more as compared to others, but he would do anything outside of HighLevel. He would do any other platform, Pabbly, Make, and all that stuff as well. So there are people out there who, if you have a need of, like, if you have a system built where, hey, it's not just HighLevel, you have 10 different zaps or Pabbly flows going on or Make scenarios working, and you have two, let's say for realtors, right? Realtors use some different softwares and stuff as well. So hey, if you want to connect those and you have some zaps and things taking care of all that, you want someone to take care of everything from HighLevel, manage all the zaps, let's say troubleshoot the zaps or whatever. If that's this use case, then they would do that as well. But obviously that comes with a cost, like they are more expensive. But if there is a need, there are people who can do that as well. But like Charles is saying, like no other, like the support company which we are talking about, so currently would take care of that. You would need someone else who,
or you could hire a dedicated VA and train them. Just make sure you have an SOP that's
correct.
Bulletproof.
The challenge with VAs, you would have to train them and make sure they understand it. Like that comes with it as well. So and again comes back to this, like this is why we preach, like, keep your systems as simple as possible. Like it helps, it starts from there. If your snapshots or systems you build are simple, one, you would understand it, how to set it up. So if someone does something, you would literally can enter and just set it up. Second, if things break, it's easy for someone else to come in and set it up as well. So that is it starts from there. So try and keep it as simple as possible. Now, having said that, we also know someone else who is launching something very similar in regards to support with externally and all that. We don't have much details on that yet, but yeah, there are many people who are launching this because there's a huge need in this. HighLevel is growing like crazy, and there's no way in hell this 4 or 5 support companies can fulfill every single client there. Everyone is good and everyone is different. You have to choose who is good for you. That is the reality. Like there are so many other people, like, everyone's good. I'm not questioning any support vendors out there. Like everyone is good. They really want to help you as an agency. The challenge is everyone has a few nuances here and there. You would have to talk to them, test them out, to get a free trial if you can, to figure out if they are taking care of the way you want it. And
And most of them,
if it
if
does,
you
then it
tell
does.
them, like on the free trial side, now, don't be unreasonable. Don't say,
Yeah.
hey, I want a 30-day free trial for my entire agency and all 50 clients. Okay, say, hey, I'd just like a 2-week, maybe even a 7-day free trial just from me, just from my agency sub account. So when I have questions, I can go in and just see how they interact with me. Like I don't need to interact with customers. I just kind of need to see what the process is like and how good or bad the chat widget is. Maybe it breaks, maybe it doesn't, maybe it's goofy or wonky. I mean, there's nuances to each one of them. They all get trained on the same things. The one thing that you can look into is who they are partnered with. So when we say that they won't play with any third parties, there are exceptions to the rule where, like, take Upex, for instance. Upex has worked out a deal and they've done training with both GHL experts,
Extendly and
HL Pro Tools. And I want to say Growthable as well.
Yeah. Growthable's growing. It's
so
really
those three have already gone through all the training from Upex. So those three companies, I know for sure off the top of my head, will support
Upex
as far as, hey, let's get your Facebook account connected in here and we'll show you how to launch your first ad. They're not going to launch it, but they will show them the process of doing it, like how to get to the template library, how to edit a couple things, and basically how to launch. But the rest of it, they leave to the client. They're not going to make the money. They're not going to make the client spend money on an ad because they don't want that responsibility, but they've gone through the training. So that's one thing to consider which company you go through, who has what partnerships, and which of those partnerships are you utilizing. If you're using ZappyChat, well, then you're probably better off using Pro Tools. I mean, it's theirs. So why wouldn't you? If you're using Capri, there's a few different, I think Extendly does it. I think HL Pro Tools will support them. I'm not 100% sure.
I doubt, because they have their own ZappyChat. So
I think they'll support it. They won't announce it, but I think because it's basically the same premise as ZappyChat, just a different UI UX. And then Growthable will support it. I know he will do that as well. So, you just have to look at that. But like Alex said, there are nuances. Yeah. You need to see that. Don't just get on with a salesperson. If you want to talk to the owner, ask to talk to the owner. If that's a big deal to you, if that's a deal breaker, then let it be a deal breaker. Don't change who you, because you're going to have you want to have a long-standing relationship with whoever you pick, because your clients you'd be surprised how many times your clients I've been in networking calls where they are talking about people in support chat, like clients of mine. They're referencing support chat agents and how nice they are and how different people on my team are so nice and helpful. And they know these people on a first name. They build relationships with these people. So think of it from your client's perspective and who's going to be the best partner. They're all vendors. You have to figure out which one is the best vendor partner for you long term, not just this is what I can afford. It's better to wait till you can get what you really want, what fits your agency and your style of doing business the best. And it becomes a beautiful partnership.
Are they doing, Charles, I got two more follow-up questions, if you don't mind me. Are they doing LC connections for your clients, like setting up the domains and get them starting on Trust Hub?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah, they're doing so I know Extendly had the big snapshot for the A2P that they were giving away. So now what they're doing for the onboarding, they are doing A2P, and they'll do it however you want. So like I told mine, if they don't have an EIN, get them an 800 number and a local number and start the process on both. So they're doing that for mine. because I never know what these non-EIN people are going to try to put into the form for something that might delay the A2P. So that's why I'm having them do the 800 number. The EIN companies I never have a problem with. They go through easy peasy. Are
they charging you extra for that?
No.
Wow. That's such a pain.
I mean, but because I guess they're not charging extra because it's you're using their own snapshot, so it comes as a standard included. But as long as I remember a conversation, if you have your own snapshot, not the one from Extendly, you would have to pay. I think instead of 100, it's 150. Like it's a few dollars, like $50.
It's 150 across the board now. So it's 149,
Yeah.
but they're doing A2P registration. So they're buying the numbers.
Yeah.
They're actually going through the A2P registration trust center process with the client and helping them fill it out. And they're putting everything into the Zoom chat and just saying, hey, copy and paste this. Yeah. They're making sure that they connect the domain so that they can get the little landing page with the contact form that comes in their snapshot. They can get it live so that they can submit it. So no matter what's going on with their website or anything else, at least there's that for the A2P approval. So they're doing all that, and they will do 800 number registration as well if you want them to. That's totally up to your SOP. But they do set up the LC custom email domain as well. So and some of that's variable depending on your SOP. So
that's good. And you found it's more cost effective to use them no matter what versus having your SOPs and having a VA for $7 an hour to do your onboarding.
Absolutely, because they also have a direct line to support. All these big companies, they have a direct lines to support. HL Pro Tools, Extendly, Growthable, they will create tickets with HighLevel on behalf of your clients if necessary. Like if there's something screwed up, they're not going to just message you and say, oh, by the way, you need to open a ticket with HighLevel because this is glitched in their account. No, they're going to go ahead and do it with you. They're going to do it for your client. They're not even going to bother you with it.
Wow. I think
so that's the advantage of these bigger 3 companies that do dedicated onboarding services is that, you know, they're actively involved with HighLevel in a lot of different ways. So they, you know, and they have agreements set up with HighLevel that says, hey, you know, if we send in a ticket about this agency and this sub account, we're acting on behalf of the agency, and HighLevel understands that and goes with it. They'd almost rather do that because they know that the support company has already gone through the, you know, unplug your router, wait 5 minutes, wait for it to reset.
And it's easier to understand what they're talking about rather than some layman.
They can talk geek. They know that. Yeah. So
they've got like what's that upgraded version of HighLevel support called? I forgot. Like if you have to pay extra for
$300 a month.
Yeah, whatever. So all these companies have that, you know, as a plan directly with HighLevel. So it's not the normal support they go through. They go through a different line. But they get priority. So it's priority support. Yeah, I guess that's what they call it. So every company has that. So that means their employees can reach out to the HighLevel team and like it. That's how it works basically. So yeah, I mean, choose the company which makes sense to you, whoever is deciding, because there are many out there. There are many coming. We might partner with some other companies, and we will also, you know, do interviews and all that stuff here. So if you've not already signed up, you know, that could be an option. So, but having said that, like all of these companies have good intentions to help you grow, because if you don't grow, you're going to cancel and they won't grow. So it's a symbiotic relationship between win-win for everyone. So
Charles, will you do me a favor and just drop in chat that company you're using for maintaining your change logs?
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I guess Canny also, like HighLevel uses Canny, right? Canny should have a free plan.
So I'll tell you why I went with Headway, because it is strictly just a change log.
Just a change log.
Because I did not want any resemblance of voting or like feature requests or, I did not want to get into
Can you not use just the change log feature from Canny then?
You can. You can. And honestly, I've been happy with Headway's support. So there was a couple times where something messed up. It was something to do with Cloudflare and DNS servers. Something goofed. I see
they
were all over it. Yep.
Again, there are many options for changelogs. I mean, just Google changelog. There are so many softwares out there. But HighLevel, the reason I brought this up, I mean, feel free to do what Charles is recommending. I'm just saying, because I know HighLevel uses this and we all use that from HighLevel. So I was like, if you're interested, they have a free plan which includes changelog. So maybe test it out as well, like whichever makes sense to you guys.
Yeah, try to see how you like the UI. I will say the one thing that you'll have to get used to is writing in markup. So if you've never written in markup, you will have to get used. Doesn't matter which one you use, they all use markup. Canny, Headway, they all use markup. So, for example, if you want a H2 title, you have to put pound, then the title.
Then the title.
If you want an H1, it's pound. If you want a bulleted list, it's dash space. Then start typing. It's just little nuances. That's how all change logs are, though. So that you're going to find that, unless there's one out there that I haven't found yet that doesn't do that.
Or you can just ask ChatGPT to just create a markdown version of this.
Well, and that's the other thing. You don't even have to do that. So if you have it rewrite something, if you just hit the copy button, don't select and copy, just hit the actual copy button and paste it, it will paste it in markup. So the markup's already there if you just use the copy button and not select and copy.
You're talking about from HighLevel's changelog.
Yeah. So if you take HighLevel's changelog and you throw it in the chat GPT and say, replace any mention of sub account with account.
Yes.
Any mention of HighLevel with my white label name, whatever other parameters you want to put in there. Hit return. It'll literally rewrite exactly what's there, swapping out those words. Hit copy and done. And then you just copy and paste. I do like how Headway does the photos, because in HighLevel's changelog, sometimes they leave that left sidebar on, with the logo blurred out, the My Agency logo blurred out. So when I paste, I just copy the image from the HighLevel changelog and then I paste it in Headway. But before it pastes, it lets me crop it.
Nice.
So I'm like, okay, I like that. That's a big time saver right there.
Yeah, that's one.
Otherwise, I would have to screenshot every screenshot, and that would just be a pain in the rear. So, but it'll take videos, photos, whatever you paste into it. It'll pretty well take and upload into it. But it doesn't expand the images. That is one thing I don't like. So if you've used HighLevel Canny, if you click on the image, you know how it pops out over so you can see it better. Headway does not do that. So that's one thing to keep in mind, if that's important to you. I'll shut up now.
Cool. Well, I think we covered a ton tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's happens when you go 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know. Well, enough of that. It's
So you're telling me, Steve, we should do this every 2 weeks?
Yeah, every 2 weeks instead of every week. We'll have this. Yeah, we'll have this up and on the YouTubes and everything like that. I got actually a little quick tutorial to drop tomorrow too. So, man, lots of video to produce and put up online. So,
here's a call to the team. Maybe Charles would have. Charles is the go-to anyways for everything. Graphic designer. How can we hire someone who does basic graphics, just like you do, Charles? That's one. second, what did we need? Yeah, I need someone for graphics and if for video editing as well, like basic video editing. Where do I find those people?
Well, I'll get you a link.
Well, sorry, I missed it.
He's gonna get us a link.
Give me 2 seconds.
Okay,
He's gonna drop a link in.
Perfect.
Upwork.
No, so John Javier, I've known him for a good while. He's a client of mine actually. But he runs a VA company.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking for some telemarketers. Basic.
He does. They do phone.
Are they? Where is he? Where's he located?
They're overseas.
When you say overseas, are they like Filipinos or?
Mixed. South America, Philippines.
That's I want.
Yeah.
I want
so
South Americans.
he will let you interview his phone operators.
Okay.
As well, so you can see, because that is a big deal when you're doing phone. It can be very touch and go. But FlexiWork.services, they have 3 different pricing models based on $12, $15, $18 an hour, depending on what you want them to do. So they are a little expensive. I'm not going to say they're cheap. But he does. So you buy packs of hours.
Yeah, I was about to ask that.
90 days to use the hours, which is kind of outside the box with typical VA companies, because typically you buy it and you either use it or lose it in 30 days. Or this, you could buy, if you don't need it a lot, you can do 25 hours, $300 and spread it out over 90 days.
Okay, so talk to me about that. I guess I know you spoke a while ago that you're paying $300 for all your graphics and all that. Is this the plan which you're using?
Oh, are you talking about social media?
Social media, yeah.
Oh, well, that's different.
Yeah. So what is this? Since we are at this FlexiWork, so what is this?
So
what would
this
they do?
is what I use for social media, smart comms. So they
FlexiWorks, what would
FlexiWork
they do?
is a VA company.
VA, okay, cool.
Yeah, think level 9, just on a smaller scale. Yeah.
Do they know HighLevel?
No.
Okay.
No, they're not
That's
trained
fine.
on it yet.
Yeah,
they're learning it. But which I'm waiting patiently on extending to come out with a white labeled version of their agency training.
Yeah.
So like as I get other VA companies like this, I could say, hey, here you go, learn Pinnacle. So, but smart comms is what I use for social media.
Yours or your clients, or both?
Mine. I don't do social media for my clients. I don't touch that with 10-foot pole. Yeah, no. So they do social media, they do video, they have video packages as well, shorts. So they'll do TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. And they're onboarding. They have a pretty good onboarding form to get basically your branding and SOP for your content. They'll pull information off your website. They'll Google you for reviews. If you have reviews in different places, they'll do that. They'll do blogs and everything. And they do offer a white label. So if you want to if you're happy with them, try them out for yourself. If you're happy with them, you like kind of how it all works. They schedule everything through Cloud Campaign.
Yeah, Cloud Campaign is
Cloud Campaign's a bomb.com when it comes to social media scheduling. It is the best platform out there for social media.
Yeah.
If that's what you're doing, like dead on social media management.
Yeah.
It's expensive. It's definitely not as scalable as HighLevel. I'll tell you that much. Because you have to pay per sub account. They call it a workspace, but it's what we call a sub account.
Pretty much.
So you have to pay the agency fee plus a fee per sub account. So you have to scale big to make it work with them. But Smart Comms does pretty good. And they will do ads as well, I believe. Yeah. They'll do ads, and they have this growth program where they will go in and follow, like on Instagram and LinkedIn, they will send connection requests and follow requests, and get you connected, and then unfollow people that aren't following you back. And so they'll do that for everything. And then the only other scheduled.com is another good, cheap outsourced social media company. I'll put that in here as well. And they do, they can do white label as well. They don't use Cloud Campaign. They use something else. I can't remember what it is, but.
So this smart comms and scheduled, you just onboard, give them the brief of your business and whatever you want to do and all that stuff.
Pretty
and
straightforward.
They would create the social media copy and images and whatever it is, right? Yep. And you get approvals. Like, do you get to approve them? Or okay, so it's an approval flow.
So
there. Okay.
Scheduled does a whole month of content at once. So they will give you the whole month at one time. Right. SmartComms does it week by week, and they actually, because they use Cloud Campaign, they actually send you the approval link.
Approvals, yeah,
and you can write comments on it, upload. If like your logo needs to be changed or something like that, you need to give them, the dark version versus the light version that they're using.
Yeah.
In the approval board, you can upload images, make comments back to the people that are creating the content. So there's a whole approval process built in with them. That's what I do like about Smart Comms, is it's a little bit cleaner, less clunky experience because of the fact that they're using Cloud Campaign.
Yeah, Cloud Campaign is a good one. Yeah.
And Smart Comms, if you have templates in Canva that you're like, hey, I like these base templates, I just want you to swap out images, headlines, copy, write captions. Like, I want to stick to these core like branding templates. All you have to do is they will actually join your, they do everything in Canva.
As a team. Yeah, as a team.
Oh, so you can invite them to your Canva team and share a folder with them, and they will actually put the stuff they create in that same shared folder. They're pretty good about it. I mean, they genuinely want to try to adapt to what works best for you. So.
And you're with Smart Comms?
I'm with Smart Comms. Yep.
And which plan are you on?
I do 10 posts a week.
Oh, okay. So where is the pricing? I'm just trying to see how much you.
But if you do 5 posts a week, so here's a hint: do 5 posts a week, and then once you go to checkout, their bump offer is an additional 5 posts for a week for $99. So you end up getting 10 posts for cheaper than if you signed up for 10 posts. If you just sign up for the 5,
yeah, so you say $50. Offer.
Yeah,
so you say $50 there. Okay, makes sense.
So a little sneaky. Tell you guys about that.
Good stuff.
Got to watch some bump offers. That's why you always go into an incognito and try a couple different things to make sure you're getting the best deal. Then you go to your regular browser and sign up once you know you got it laid out right.
You're not a marketer if you don't do that.
Right. Yeah, come on, guys. You're always funnel hacking me. Funnel hack these guys. Figure out their best plans.
Yeah. All right. I'm signing off, guys.
Let's end this.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Yep. This will all be on the YouTube channel, like as soon as we get it up and running tomorrow. And catch you guys next week. See you in the groups.
And I put the link in there to my Facebook Messenger. Oh shoot, hold on.
It's there.
Hold on. That's my Facebook Messenger. If you want to try the Conversation AI, feel free to message it.
Yeah.
So that's my business page. So that way I know it'll hook up and
cool.
You can message it all day long.
Fantastic.
Thank you for everything, guys.
All right.
Take care.
See you guys later.
All right.
Later.
See you guys.